Mr. Brown.
If you're like me, I started at a 9 to 5. I was doing what I had to do, picking up information, right? But realistically, we're all just in it for the money to get a start into this life in society once we jump out of college. Cool. If you've now gotten to a mindset where it's like, oh shit, I need to make money outside of this system, all right, this is the video for you. So to start, you need to figure out what you're going to do before anything. So figure out, when I mean what you're going to do, what problem are you going to solve? All business is solving a problem. That's it. All you're doing is solving a problem. So what problem is your business going to solve? Right? So this problem needs to be big enough so that it can be lucrative enough to give you some money, and there needs to be an abundance of this problem that can be fixed by your business, other people's business, XYZ, right? But the problem needs to be big enough to be solved by a business, right? For example, if I run a content agency, right? A lot of people don't know how to brand content, make content for their business, put out content or produce ads that will generate conversion rates, right? That is a problem. Worldwide, every business has that problem, right? Even a content agency that does content will have that problem, right? So that's an issue that can be solved by a business. Okay, cool. That's my business model. That can also be your business model. However, if you want to go in a different lane, then it could be anything else. If you are great at copywriting, which is just a skill that you're great at making copy for people, start a business around copy. That is another huge lucrative business. People do not know how to write the shit that they need under the ads that we would make, right? Or the wording that needs to go into ads, right? Copy. Now you have kind of a general idea of how you need to find a problem that needs solving by your business. Cool. Bang. And so let's pause real quick. Everyone thinks that you need the aesthetics, you need the logo, you need the name, you need this. No, that. You need to know how your business is going to make money by people giving you, by you fixing a problem. You need to figure that out like first. Before you do anything, you need to figure out the problem. And sometimes, hey, it's not really a problem that's readily identifiable, right? Sometimes it's like if it's e-commerce, right? Some people are selling makeup because of the insecurities of women, right? So like that's what it is. You're selling an insecurity fixer, right? So there's a problem that you have to fix. Okay, cool. So figure out your problem. Once you have your problem, this is where you figure out what market you want to be in. And when I say market, okay, cool. You'll have a general idea of what the problem is, and you'll have a general idea of how to apply it. But which market is it in or going to be in? Where are you going to supply your services into a specific niche or category or market, right? So when I started, I chose restaurants, right? But then you're also going to figure out the margins in each market, and there are better margins depending on how much money you want to make, because every margin is different, and every margin is different, that means the amount of money you can make in a specific market is also different per market. Okay, cool. So bang, you figured out what problem you're going to solve. Great. You figured out what market you're going to be in. Great. Okay, so what's next? What's next is I would go and find clients before anything. Before you do anything, I would figure out how to get clients in the pipeline, right? How do I figure out where my clients are coming from? How do I generate clients? How do I generate leads? How do I get people to want my service in the first place? Which again is another task that you have to learn and figure out how to do, which is perfectly fine. For me, I went door to door. Or business to business. So I sent out emails, I sent out cold DMs, I showed up in person, I did all sorts of shit to find these leads, right? And then once you get a foundation, a base, that's when your business performance will then be through word of mouth. So you'll be having people talk about your business to other people, right? But there are also little strategies that you can do. Again, I'll give you another a quick tip, which would be every time you get a client, you then tell that client, hey, can I have 5 people that would want my services? Cool. So now you have ways to get leads after every meeting, after every conversation that you have. Ask for at least 3 to 5 people that would benefit from your services. Now you'll have an organic way of streaming in content or streaming in clients. And then on the other side, word of mouth will be going from these clients to those people that they think are or deem qualify to get your services. All right, cool. So you've figured out what problem you're going to solve, what niche you're going to be in, and how to get the leads. Right, and there are many other ways to get leads. Don't get it twisted. It's not just word of mouth. It's not just asking for them. There are sites that scrape, and scrape is just another word of using when a software can take all of the information from a specific web page, put it all in an Excel file, and then present it to you as a file that you can use. Right, so you can use any of these lead finders. Those are kind of broad spread, so I don't always recommend those if you're in a specific niche. But if that's what you're looking for, to just get started, and it's great for emails, to send out emails, like using MailChimp or one of those other platforms, it's great for that. So you can also use that. So after you have your leads, right? Now you need a fulfillment. You need to understand how you're going to fulfill this problem or the solution to this problem. It's you find the problem, but now you need to know the solution. So if your business is that solution, how do you get that fulfillment done for the clients that you've just acquired through finding them through leads? It's a thing you have to think about, right? So and applying that solution isn't always one track, linear, and easy. Every client, like your dream clients, aren't always going to be there for you. You're not always, especially in the beginning, you're not just going to find the dream client or know the dream archetype of the client that you want. You're going to have to take time to understand how to administer this solution and what clients can take certain solutions better than others. Because there are almost like sub-solutions to your big solution that sometimes clients don't want the whole pill. They need like a minuscule piece of it. But you can still get money from that at the same rate that you would have if you charged them for the whole solution. So you have to figure out what a client is while they're transitioning over into being your current lead. When you get that conversation with the lead to say, yep, this is what we want to do, you need to figure out what part of the problem are they asking to be solved, and how can you then interject and give your solution to them, which requires the fulfillment of what they're asking for. So figure out how you're going to fulfill it. It's not as easy as, hey, give me money and I'm going to give you this. No, sometimes it's you give me money and let me dissect everything that you may think is your problem, pick out a key specific thing within your structure that I can fix through my solutions to get you a greater goal or wherever you want to be from buying from me. Right? So fulfillment, figure out how you're going to fulfill the problems that your specific leads need or your specific prospective clients have. It's really simple, but it just takes time and effort. So once you figure out your fulfillment, you need to figure out your onboarding process. Figure out all of these things. And the reason why I say you want to figure all these things out first is because, listen, if you just say, hey, here's the problem I'm going to solve, this is the solution I have, and I have a way to get leads, okay, cool. People are going to come to you, give you their money. Sure, you'll have all the money in the world. However, they're not going to want to pass on your business or give your business to a person they know that has respect for them and jeopardize their reputation for a business that does not know how to fully fulfill what they've or what they promised, and along with have a structure that feels organized. So you have to have an onboarding process to let people know this is the direction we're going to go. These are the things that we're going to set out to get done for you, and this is how we're going to get it done. That's really all onboarding is. Onboarding is giving people the understanding of this is an organized establishment that will put everything together that we talked about on the previous call to make you a client, and will get it done effectively and efficiently at the cost that we said. Because all people really want to know is that you can help their business thrive. So if you can help their business thrive, they're going to buy from you. But you have to make that feeling of, yes, they're getting something done. And I know, okay, cool. For example, to give you an example, all content creators, all seasoned videographers, all people that know their craft and have spent the 10,000 hours in their craft know how to improvise. They know how to use what they're given to get a great outcome. So for us, right, you can give any one of my guys a fucking camera. I can have a camera myself, and I will execute with just that camera. Don't need a rig, don't need any stabilizers, don't need some big ass light, don't need XYZ. No, we just need the camera. However, if someone's paying you $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, they want to see that money. They want to see the professionalism in that money that they've given to you. So you can't just show up with your Canon. Even though you know how to work that Canon and make sure that you get the professional outlook or the outcome, they still want to see the rah-rah behind it. So this is why we come in with lights. We come in with all of these other extra things that we really don't need. Right? It's to give the allure that they're spending $5,000 for a reason, $10,000 for a reason. They're doing that for a reason. So here's the big lights. Here's the flashy add-ons. Here's the great mics. Here's the setups everywhere in the corner that we probably don't need. Here's the 6 dudes for the 6 videographers that I'll bring to one event, even though we're probably only gonna use the main shooters. Here's the drone in the sky, even though we're only going to use it one clip, maybe. These are the things that are important. So when you're going to fulfill when you're going to fulfill the what you've promised, always understand that the price tag that they pay should be shown in the way that you execute. Now, does it always have to be this way? No, but it gives you a leg up. Because if all videographers across the plane, and now I'm using our content agency as an example, if all the videographers across the plane are using their camera, what makes you stand out more than a videographer they know down the street? Or what makes you stand out better than the friend that they have? It's a psychological game, and you got to tap into play. So if you understand that everyone's doing the average basic minimum, and I'm not saying the basic minimum is just a camera or the basic minimum is just whatever the standard is for whatever niche that you're looking to do, or whatever business model you're looking to start, but people like the feeling. Again, this is what I talk about. The feeling, the emotional basis of a buy or a purchase, you need to be able to press that button. You need to be able to press the logic. You need to be able to press that urgency. You have to press all of those. If you're great at pressing all 3, someone will buy. And they'll do it very expeditiously, right? But when you're going to execute and fulfill what you said you were going to, make sure that the person feels that. They need to feel that professionalism. They need to feel luxury. I don't know what style you want to go for, but my style is luxury. So make sure that price tag is high. Again, Christian Dior charges or buys their bags for $56 and sells them to you for $2,800. Right? So if you've charged somebody $10,000 a month, make them feel good about spending $10,000 a month. Make that $10,000 feel like $50K a month. Give them everything they need. And usually it's not even that much to ask for. It's just a little shift in the amount of effort that you're putting in a certain area. So maybe you're a perfectionist, but all you need to do is back down off of your feelings and cater to the client that you have. And that's another video on that. You need to understand that you need to make that client, that person that just paid you money, to feel great about the services that you're providing. And that not only means that you need to make it look good, you need to make it feel good, it needs to be organized, and you need to get the fucking end result. Because a lot of people work on these aesthetic things and don't get the outcome, right? So you need to make sure that all the aesthetic pieces are done, but also that you're getting the fucking outcome that you had promised in the first place, right? The solution. So once you get all of those things in line, and that's kind of the basis, I'm not going to give you too much in the video. It's a lot. And if you really want to understand how to structure your business and figure it out, book that free one-on-one consultation or just join Objective View where we'll talk about it every single week. However, so once you get all of that lined up, so you know the problem that you're going to solve, you know what niche and what market you're going to be in, you know how to get the leads, the clients, you know how to fulfill, and then you know how to make sure the onboarding is seamless and perfect for people to come on and feel like, okay, cool, I've just tapped into something or someone's business that is very professional and can get the job done for me. You're kind of good. You can kind of start to put everything together and go after starting the LLC, starting the EIN, getting the bank account, all of the basis. I wouldn't do any of that before I found out those 4 or 5 things. I would really focus on figuring out how to get those things aligned first and then start the business. And sometimes you don't even need to start the business until you have cash flow. So you need to find those 5 things and then make it start cash flowing. Prove it. Like, prove it to yourself that this is a good business idea. Prove to yourself that this is worth the people's time and money and my efforts putting in. Don't just like go start buying things and have it sit in inventory. Go buying equipment that you don't even know you're going to use or can get the money back for. Don't do anything. And just like the other video I just put out the other day about the photo shoot that we did, you saw, I don't go after these opportunities having already bought the things I need for the opportunity. Fuck that. Buy the things that you need to make sure that you have all the planning right, which is usually a fucking piece of paper and a pen. Sit down and really just put in the effort to understand and make a structure, right? And then once the client pays, once the client puts in, then it's pedal to the metal, Amazon.com, all the fucking places that you need to buy what you need to do to get this done. That's when you start doing that. Don't just go think like, hey, I'm going to buy a camera, I'm going to go buy this, I'm going to go da, da, da. No, take your time, slow your roll. Figure out your skill set, figure out those 5 things, and then go try to execute on making sure that you can work those 5 things, because those are pretty much the 5 things that you need. You really just need to know what problem you're going to solve, the market it's going to be in, how to fucking how to find the leads, how to fulfill what you said you're going to fulfill, and then an onboarding process to get people in. And once that, now you've kind of started and understood how to get this thing going. Once you get it going, don't go full speed blast ahead. Get maybe a handful of clients, work those out, figure out the kinks. Mistakes will be made, and a lot of them. Don't let that trip you up into staying flat on your face. No, trip, get up, write it down. Right? If there is an insufficiency inside of your business that you're running or that you're starting to try to make up, write those down, figure it out, fix the kink, add what you need to add, subtract what you don't need, right? Put it all together, work it a little bit. And sometimes that a little bit is 6 months. It takes a little time to figure things out, because certain things aren't just going to be like a sore thumb and sticking out. Some things are really small and then they become bigger. They become bigger issues. Because think about it, if you're going to go in a vertical direction, right? So if you're going up really, really quickly, you're signing a lot of people, you're getting a lot of money, you're hiring a lot of people without working out the kinks. Once you get to a certain capacity, that entire structure is going to fall. So you realistically want a small amount of clients. Go as broad as possible. Find out all the insufficiencies. Find out all the flaws. Find out all the problems. Find out all the people you need to hire. Find out all the pieces of equipment that need add-ons. Find out everything you need to make sure that this business does not fail in the long run when you start to load things on top, right? Get more clients and add maybe sidearms and add-ons that your clients can benefit off of. Bro, I've been through it. Bro, I've added... I'll make a whole video about this piece right here. I've been at the top. I've been at that 75K month, and everything then is like fuck overwhelming because I didn't figure out the small little nuances that would then break the structure that held everything up. So figure those things out, work about 3 to 5 clients for about 6 months, figure out the small things that could be big problems in the long run, and then work that. Once you've worked it enough, now it's time to then figure out how to scale, right? That year mark, that 24-month mark, because now you have a case study that you can work off of. So take your time, bro, take your time. But those are the 5 things that I would rely or worry about planning out first before you go and start that LLC and go get that DIN. Sometimes you don't even need any of that just yet. You need to make sure that the business even works. Right? So the idea, the brainstorming process is really critical, but don't get stuck in it too much. Again, stray away from the things I wouldn't do. Stray away from the aesthetic piece in the beginning. You don't need it right now. No one gives a fuck. You need to even make sure that there's something to even fucking brand or represent. Right? So work on those 5 things and then come back to the next video. I'll make sure that I have one out for you to show you. If not, book that one-on-one consultation call, jump into the Objective View group. And of course, what you should do already, if you haven't already, is download that free ebook on distractions to get your brain corrected so that you can't even do something like this. Boy, Mr. Brown.